everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're getting ready to sow spring wheat, or not spring, winter wheat and winter barley. Yes, winter barley is a bit on the late side, but ground temperatures are still high, so fingers crossed it's not too late. So we're currently calibrating some bugs to go onto the seed to go through the mill, not to crush it but just to apply it, so we can put through a drill and pot out. So the theory being that the bacteria is on the plant, which helps break down the nutrients in the locality of the seed.
That and encourages root growth and all this sort of stuff.
We're giving it a go. It's from the Crowd Nova Q that we buy the liquid fertilizer off the BE Evergreen, a live seed. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it works. And we also have a Amazon 3-meter one pass that we've got the borrowing of off one of our customers that we cut silage and pull wheat for. So that's what we're currently at, and we have to get the seed all treated and then we go get sown. But yeah, so anyways, we have 50 acres to go in. There's 12 acres of it going to be mini tilled, and the rest we're going to sow at the one pass. So Brendan is up there ploughing away at the minute, and then Eric is stone picking. So I know we missed a video on Wednesday. That's because I got short notice to a very big job with the stone picker, and Eric is down there today keeping that machine going. I spent 29 hours on it yesterday straight, so it's over 100 acres. There's 2 stone pickers in it. Was in maize, try to get into grass before the weather breaks. The varieties we have, our winter barley is hardest, and then our winter wheat is Graham. So we have ton bags. So the reason they're in ton bags now is because we had to rebag the bags from the after seed dressing it. Right, that's how we're ready to rock. Just have to put on the metering wheel now, and we're going to start out there. So Brendan is ploughing big field out there, and he'll plough the headlands then when we get the centre sowed. So anyways, we get back, we get ready to rock. So that's it, on ready to rock and roll, set up. We're going out at 12.5 stone to the acre. For anyone who is in old speak, anyone who is in new speak, as in acres and hectares, I don't know, because I didn't change it. So we set up our office here. I have the pottinger when we had it on demo that time preset, so they're both 3-meter drills. So in theory, I should just be able to set a pottinger. And it's actually these fields here that we sowed with the pottinger drill that time. So it'd be the most comfortablest bit of ground that we have to use a one-pass system, because it's not that terribly stunning. And we are sowing. Happy days. All steers on, lines are in, and we are firing away here. So we're doing just over 6 kilometers an hour. A little bit of change to do, shortening and lengthening, and you know yourself, usual outside when you put on a tractor. But it seems to be working grand there now. So, box drill, you can see that there. That's on a ball cock inside the tank. So as that climbs up, that lets me know that my hopper is nearly empty. So I guess for the last quarter we'll be going back into refill. But looks a lovely tidy job there now. So looks a real tidy job. There's about 38 for me to sow this drill. The bottom field down there, it can't be plowed. It's just mega stony. So Father Phil's going home for the discard there now on 6290. He's going disc it, shake it, disc it, and done. That'd be the plan. So fingers crossed, everything goes to the plan. We get this in, and there is no issues. But yeah, I don't know what happened with that now. So a nice tasty job. Nice tasty job. Anyways, just that, and the only thing is the lifting height to be able to clear the ground is higher than the PTO likes to turn. So once we get to the end, we have to knock off our PTO when we go to turn. That is the only thing. Are we putting in tram lines? No, we're not putting in any tram lines with the machine, because just it means Father Phil can just do his own thing. Do his own thing. Tram lines will be where he wants them, not where I put them. And I think it'll be great. So I just have to get in on turning on the headlamps now. That's my only thing. Out from the hedge a couple of runs and it should get a bit easier. The only downside to this tractor is she's a bit too big. Smaller tractor would work easier, but the 7618 is away in the stone picker. And then this tractor then was what's that? 76 probably be a nicer tractor with this setup. Just a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. Tractor wouldn't leave as big a trench in it. So we drop it down, then we turn on our PTO, then we rev it up, we drop it the rest of the way, there we go. The problem with the disc car is some go deep, some go shallow, and you get dry spell. All your shallow seed isn't germinating, only your deeper seed is, and you're just not. And in a core drill, because we're in heavy land, the disc coulters is what you need to get the seed down. The standard coulters is on that, just can't get the seed in deep enough. And the dry weather is what affects it. So I started to fix the massey drill. And the massey drill, just a rough cost between new boots, pipes and discs, somewhere in the region of around 3 grand to fix it. My Father Phil I give €1,500 for the first day. So I would be inclined to get it going to be that bit quicker, but then the flip side is you need a harrow in front of it, whereas a one pass would speed the job up significantly. Only problem being, not all our ground is suitable for a power harrow. Some of our ground is just far too stony to be put power harrow through it. So there's that balance in that. Yeah, she's looking good. Anyways, let's blitz through it. An eye on our meter there. Let's get this seed in. Just landed into the yard because I was looking at my gauge there and like, oh, there's about a quarter of a tank there. That's not right. And we only had that much done. It's like 0.8 of a hectare. So that seems a bit strong. Opened it up, didn't open up before I come in, thinking I was going to need seed, and she's like just under half. So the actual ball cock has kind of rattled itself. I've pulled it up, but I've rattled itself down, and just not giving a true gauge. So I'll get away with another few runs. If I get enough out of it, I probably won't haul the next bag in it. Anyways, yeah. So I just have to watch that. I was looking at going down and I said, jeez, we mustn't have it calibrated right because it's coming out very strong. We are flying away here and it's the finish. Oh, I am just in love with the finish. The finish result is just beautiful. Beautiful. Down is quite good now. Brennan has a good set on the bow now. He's definitely got the eye for it in this stage. It's just down nice and level, and the power harrow doesn't have too much to do. And even on that, this power harrow has the leveling board taken off it. So it's not doing much of a leveling apart from just the harrow spinning itself up. So I'm after getting my headlamp management set up, so it's far quicker to turn. There's a double tap, up, turn off PTO, double tap, down, turn on PTO. Because I have to lift the power harrow so high to clear the seeder from backing and that, I have to knock off the PTO. Well, it's working quite well. I'll let you off to we'll go see what's wrong with Brendan, but it looks like the plough is broken it. So a drop arm broke on the plough, so it's a lift arm, drop arm. It's the bit that actually catches the bottom, one of them broke. So he's out of commission, so Father Phil will have to go rub one off one of the other tractors, I would imagine is what he'll end up doing. So we'll just get her lined up again. Unlock the steer lines. Back her back a bit. And then we double tap headlamp management and she drops and turns on. And we're away. Much quicker than trying to remember to turn on PTO. Much quicker. We'll I've increased the speed there 7.4 kilometers an hour. I am definitely finding the faster I go, the better job it's doing at burying the seed. Whether that's just the tractors doing less compaction, because the faster you travel, the less time you spend on an area, the less the tractor sinks in. That is a fact. Even though someone did tell me that the slower you go, the less compaction you give. And that just doesn't sound right. Anyways, let me know in the comments. The faster you go, reduce compaction, or slower you go, reduce compaction. Haven't hit anything major as of yet. So, just keep at it. Keep at it.
He likes the Danes.
Beautiful. Everything is going fine. Brendan, while Father Phil is gone to fix the 6480, is just starting to harrow out there, so that's going to be mini test. So harrowed, shook, harrowed. Can't be proud because there are some fair old boulders out there. That gauge is hard misleading because I just checked it there. It says it's nearly empty, but I'd say it's about a third of a tank still in it. So let's go do another bit yet. That is the only thing. You're looking at it and you're like, Jesus, she must be near empty. She's not near empty. Apart from that, doing superb. Superb job. The only thing I don't like about the box drill is it's a little bit harder to fill with a bag, especially when you're on your own. And because it doesn't hold a half ton, it really makes it hard. We just get ourselves lined up again. We hit our button to engage off the steer. We're square up a bit. We double tap, so you'll see it's change on the screen. Down PTO1, and we let her off. And we're sewing. Easy peasy. Remember, just after refilling there, and while I was refilling, I was going to film a bit, but I forgot myself because I got a phone call from Bro, a bit unexpected. He was finished, the farm that they were working on, happy with the job, and done after 3 days of stone picking. And that included one full night and 29 hours on the tractor picking without stopping. So yeah, and then there was today's picking on top of that again. So yeah, it was a big job, great job to get, very unexpected this time of the year, but like just yeah, great job to get. So Eric just finished there, so that's happy out. So I was actually thinking I was going to have to go to him, give him a few hours sleep and then push on till later into the night, but yeah, no, job is a good one in that regard. So we get the you dirty I get for not paying attention. Went under the tree there, and she's after losing the auto steer and going totally awry of itself. Oh my gosh, straighten this out. It's the only thing you gotta watch out for, and I forgot about. You go under a tree and you can lose your auto steer. Anyways, heal the hunt. Eric is finished. Job is done. Last outing of the year. I get it back now and get it serviced up. My plan was when the 1200 come out to put it in and service it up. I have a few tines to change, and I want all new bolts into tines in the drum and change the gear oil and leave it ready to go for next year. Job to get this late on in the year. Big job, so it just makes the stone picker, puts it into a profitable position for this year anyways. We keep going and I try and straighten out. It's the first one done. It's now dark, so we tip into the yard now. We reload. We just about starting to run out of seed now, and we started this one. This one's only 2.5-3 acres. It's a triangle. It's a lot of short ground. That's the only downside to it. First field sold apart from the headlands. Brendan should be just about finished ploughing the field for wheat, so I'll be coming back to do that. Hopefully by the time I have that one done, he'll have headlands ploughed there for me to go straight into that, then go into that and have that done, then get into the wheat. That'd be the plan. So that would be the plan. Go back in here and we get loaded up. We'll top it up and I'll have it full while I'm passing. That's us done. Ooh, trying to hit the camera, laying it down now. There we go again. I've just brought us up a bit teeth there. but been a slight change of plans because the ploughman has broke down again. The Fatherfield brought home the lift arm welded, it brought back. He got a bit more ploughing done. Lift arm broke again. So Fatherfield's got to get a new lift arm in the morning in Johnston's, I would assume. But yeah, I won't get the headlands ploughed, so I won't be able to finish the barley. So the plan is go throughout this centre of this field and swap over to wheat so I can get some of the wheat sowed tonight, and then we'll finish it off in the morning. That be the plan. It's just to make sure there's enough done. Like, it's only 8 o'clock and it's pitch black. Like, it's early yet in my mind, but I sow on till about 11 or 12, so another 3 hours. That'll finish this, probably get a ton of wheat seed out, and then that leaves us that, you know, it's easier to finish tomorrow. So that be the plan. Make our way back out here. The only problem with this base is triangles. You go from nice runs to very, very short runs very, very quick. Just changed over to our winter wheat, so we have our calibration trays in. I must say, very cleverly designed machine, how everything just fits in nicely. So all we have to do now is spin the metering wheel, which is just here, 22.5 times to get 1/40th of a hectare's seed. So around half turn, and then 22 times. So then Fatherfield will take out a seed tray and we set up our weighing scales here. Make sure it's cleared, and we pour it in. And we see what weight we have. So we have 2.275 kilos. I don't know. We multiply that number by 2 because it's the two seed trays, they're both the same weight. So it's 2.27 divided by 2 is 4.5. Multiply that by 40. So that gives us 181 kilos to the hectare. So to get down to the acres, we divide that by 2.471, which gives us 73.5 kilos to the acre. So then we put into Google Converter 73.5 kilograms is 11.5 stone to the acre. Fatherfield works in stone and he wants it out at 12 stone to the acre. So we need to increase it and do the test again to make sure we're right. So we have got our setting there. So I'm working at 12 stone, just over 12 stone. Right. Calibration trays. Pop in here. So that covers up. And that's us. Very clever bit of engineering that, the way the seed trays are done. So what happens is, we've changed the metering wheel, so it's the rate that turns at is the rate that the shaft spins in there, which meters seed out, which drops down these spouts here into the tube, down the tube, into the disc holder, where the disc, the camera points. The disc here cuts a track in the ground, opens it up, our seed falls out into the track, the clay kind of falls back in, then the after harrow here just frickles the soil, covers up everything. And that is how a disc holder seed drill works, or a box drill. If it was a pneumatic drill it works slightly different, but that is a box drill. So yeah, right, happy out, let's go sowing. We are flying on the winter wheat in the big field, 26 acres I think is out here. So we'll put a ton of seed out tonight, we'll put the rest out tomorrow, but we're flying out. Picked up a gear there because it's good straight runs. Looking forward to getting into some decent bit of moving. So we're tipping away there nicely. If the camera would ever point in the direction I want, I'd be made up. But we should be able to pick out a ton of seed in maybe about an hour and a half. So that goes to 11 o'clock. It wouldn't be too bad now. I would not call that too bad. I'm definitely looking forward to getting to bed, because Tuesday night, Wednesday morning I just worked through the night stone picking. I just flat out, and we got the job done, so happy out. another man in there putting in grass seed, and we got what we needed to do done in lots of time to try and so that they could be ready to get the grass seed in before the weekend, so before any heavy rain comes. That's also why we're pushing on at this job, to make sure that we also get the same. To watch out, there's a lot of beehives in this corner of the field, trying to avoid them. Turn and we'll go back down. We keep going. So we're just after getting the last of that bag of wheat put in there, so we're going to finish it off. About 40 minutes we'll empty the drill at the rate I went with the first fill of the drill. So Father Phil's headed on there now to go home. I have a car to get home as well, so not too bad. We get this offloaded, so we should be about 11:30 now and I have it done. It's just 20 to 11 at the minute, so about 11:30 it should be done. So okay, it's not too bad. It's a good start made for tomorrow. I have a bit to do in the morning. They've fixed the plough, they've plowed other headlands, and at some point we have to go pick up a stone picker. Remember my buttons, press, PTO's on, rev her up, engage opposite here. We get this done. So yeah. This evening, so seed going in. And that has us finished for today. The drill's just empty there in the float. I know there's more in it, but I'm at the point now where I'm on getting to the longest runs of the field, and I think it could be more than what I get to and from, so we'll leave it at that. So we'll pick it up again in the morning. We start shutting down off the steer and everything. 8 hours so on so far. Well, you may have bollocks with calibrating. A couple of goes calibrating takes a bit of time, but anyways, we'll pick it up again tomorrow. And we are back. Let's come up in the Subaru because it was the only vehicle left in the yard that I could take. Gaher broke down today too, so Liv wants to use the Defender, otherwise it'll come up in it. Brendan and Father Phil are already up here. Father Phil is going shaking barley. Brendan's just finishing off ploughing headlands to start sowing a barley, so I can sow the headlands of barley, but we're topped up with wheat, he said, so we'll just give everything a pre-check. Yeah, wheat is in, everything a quick look over, make sure everything's looking okay. We'll check our back end oil level, it's good. On these there's a sight glass, super job. Just check everything over, pre-check, just look at everything, make sure everything is looking hunky-dory. Pre-morning checks, check it for engine oil, and we'll fire her up and we'll get going. I have to figure out how we're going to fix this side panel. Yeah, lots of engine oil in there. One thing I really want to try and get done this winter is paint the bonnets and paint the mudguards. It had really liven her up altogether, so it would. It's like someone has also left me a surprise. Kind of Red Bull in the cab. I would say that was Brendan. Brendan's always a good lad to have a couple of cans of Red Bull with him. Look how what we done yesterday. It just looks, yeah. It's hard to bet a one pass power harrow just to get field level. One thing I would like, front press. Same as what Timmy had on his tractor when we sowed the spring wheat. Front press like that just to give that extra bit of a leveling. That'd be the dream outfit. Part of me at the same time would love a 4-meter with a front hopper. Just that little bit quicker. But I don't know. We start turning everything on. All my screens and monitors and whatnots. Lift her up. We go get on. And we'll see how we get on. Hopefully, fingers crossed, no issues. Get all in before dark. I would very much like to think we'll be done before dark. And then just finishing off ploughing that headland. We're going through our gap to the wheat we were sowing. So this was our field of beans. So we're putting the wheat in after beans because that is the best rotation. The reason for doing that is beans, as some of you may know, beans fix atmospheric nitrogen to the roots through ribosomes that grow on the roots of the beans. That provides nitrogen for the crop of beans. But you get a buff a buff is probably the best word. You get a boost in the soil fertility after you harvest your crop of beans, because as the roots of the beans break down into the soil, them ribosomes release nitrogen that they've gathered, and that gives your next crop a boost. So wheat is generally the best crop to go in after that because of that boost. So that's why you kind of always go with wheat after beans to get the best out of it. Go to where we are, just here, but we've a long way to go to the other end. The only thing is, once we get to that second pole, then the runs start to shorten again. But until then, runs are again longer. Get her ready to rock and roll, fire her up, and we keep sowing. We just turned off the tractor there because there's a graveyard right opposite this field and there's a funeral on at the minute, so just out of respect, just knock off tractor. Half an hour, whatever it is, it is. But yeah, just out of respect, Mary had a heart attack there. Turned in the headland, double tap, dropped to start the power heart, and she just goes, "Arr!" Turn everything off. Right, try it again. "Arr!" I thought, oh no, a PTO pack or something must be gone. So I was like, knocked off the tractor, tried to turn on the tractor, going to get the tractor going. Eventually got the tractor started again. I think it was just the weak connector on the starter. Must have had a bit of corrosion on it. Just plugged it in out a couple of times, got going. That was fine. So right, I will start eliminating. So I took off the PTO, put the tractor PTO on. Fine, no, that was fine. So right, check the power heart. Started trying to twist the power heart. Would it move? No, and I was like, oh shit, and I couldn't see anything wrong. And then the fear starts to get to you where you've borrowed a man's machine and it's not spinning and you go, oh shit. Anyways, Father Phil rang me and he said, check for stone, check for stone. I couldn't see any stones, so I got 100 the tractors. I didn't want to get 100 the power hour with it lifting. I got 100 the tractor, had a look, and I seen a stone had gone up above, a stone had gone up above the discs and had stuck. Got it out and everything's fine. Panic averted. It's grand, everything's fine. He's coming with food now, so when we meet him we get food and we keep going, we get through it. We're just after emptying up the drill again, and a little bit of messing is the best word, but live my bleep that have messing. Father Phil wants to make sure he puts the last of the barley seed out on the field below, so he wants me to go back to Barley to finish sowing the headlands, so he knows how much seed is over, so he can put haul out down there. So yeah, so head back into the yard, empty out the bit of wheat that's in it, and put in barley, sow the headlands, empty out the barley that'll be in it, and then go back to sowing wheat. We're getting the right direction. We're well over halfway through the field now, so maybe another 3 hours should finish that. But we should be able to get the headlands and the other two fields done in an hour. There's only headlands, so not too bad. Empty out, and we're going to start again. Now, that's first field fully finished. So we tip out here now. Brendan is just finishing off the headlands out here. Oh, you can see him there just doing the headland run on that side, and he has this bit here to do, but he's everything from this side down. So what I do when I go to sow headland, start at one side, and then I work my way around, because that way you just keep going backwards, just to try and get it all sowed. And to reduce turning, you really don't want to turn doing headlands. Everywhere you turn, it's harder to take it out. Go up into the corner here and then drag it back up, down, back up, down. Do this and then we go up that way, and then we do the same and we go around and go on headlands. It's a little bit slower, but it's only headlands. So we're getting through this here. You get to those bits where plowing meets, where you get plows that way and plows that way. Birds get pretty rough. I get an idea of the job that we're doing. The goal is to leave the field without a tire track on it when I'm finished. So when I always get the headlands to do that, I just back. Let me know in the comments what you do. Now if it was a bigger headland, you probably would chance turning, but short headlands like this, you're as quick back and back as you are trying to turn on a dime at the other end. to be able to take out the track. So we drop. And that concludes that headland. Start this headland here where Brendan finishes off. So we have to go up, have to go around, to do around what's called the laundry up there. Looks like an old kind of a pen for putting sheep in or something. And then the top headland and then that headland. So yeah, there's a good few headlands. And then we get back to the wheat. And we'll be laughing then. We get it all sorted. I think I have a block spout. I was just looking at grain spilling and I was like, that there is blocked. So just in there, where my finger in there is blocked. I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver or something to try and pick it out. So all I'm doing with my finger is shoving it back up into it. The one thing about the Massey drill, they were on the front of the machine. So you were watching them metering in all the time. You could easily see the downsides. But if that was a pneumatic drill, which is the air system, like what our EirCode is, you don't actually know it's blocked. Like I could see that was blocked. Tries the job. Got it done. Basically there I was catching as it come out and I was scattering it. Not have it all in the one spot. Just can't reach that bit. And I missed the money shot. Should have had the camera going when I stuck this in and pulled it down and just went bleh, all out. Oh, whatever. Try and get this finished. And that is all the winter barley in for this year. It's the first time we have had winter barley in geez, I think even the last time we had stuff was winter wheat. It's been at least 4 years, so it's great to have it in. The work that's done now is going to be saved on next spring. It's going to be a big help. But that is the barley in, so now we'll go into the yard and for I don't know the how many time. We'll clean up the drill, we'll put back in wheat and we'll go finish the wheat. Brendan will start plowing the headlands out there. He'll probably be waiting on me to finish on the middle of the field. That is the only downside. Is we are moving in the right direction. And we're getting slowly but surely towards the finish line. And we're flying away out here now. When we get to the headland. It's just starting to get dark now, lights on. Yeah. Brendan is kind of waiting for me now. That's the only down point. We have the centre of the field sowed and we're just refilling now with, we have 4 50 kilo bags of wheat seed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's enough to finish out the heavy. So I think these bags is we have the tight, but if you can pull the right thread, the whole thing just opens. So that's us, filled now. Let's go get these headlands finished. And that is 50 acres-ish, it could be 52, of winter crops in the first time in what seems like forever. Getting winter crops in, like literally seems like forever. So very, very happy. It's going to be great. It's 50 acres less in the spring, so when I have 190 acres to sow in the spring, provided that we have the same amount of ground going in as we had last year, which actually we won't because we're letting out 8 acres, or is it 5? What's in the field? Just a camera, 8 or 5 acres. But we'll be letting that out, so that's it. Happy out. Father Phil will be coming up now tomorrow to spray this with pre-emergent spray. So that'll be herbicide that will kill any weeds as they start to come up out of the ground. It'll kill them, so we get a very clean start. The only things we have to watch out for now with winter crops, which we haven't had winter crops in so long, is aphids and slugs. Aphids and slugs will be our biggest concerns now. If we get into frosty weather, that reduces the risk of both of them. But if we do not get into frosty weather and stays mild, slugs will eat the crop as it comes up, especially along the headlands, and aphids will be a problem for the barley as they spread barley yellow dwarf virus. So we have to keep an eye out for both of them. But fingers crossed we get our week over us, we get some frost, and that reduces that risk. But anyways, that's it for me for today's video. Winter crops in. We'll move on, leave back the drill, smashing, love it. So much so, I think Father Phil is finally coming back round to maybe we need to buy ourselves a drill. So you never know, we might have a drill for the spring. Whether we buy just a drill, put on the new power we bought, or whether we buy a second-hand power and drill combination. we'll wait and see. So a couple of things in the pipeline for next year, but I will have to see what beef is, price of calves, and a lot of variables before then. But look, that's it. Big thanks to the customer for letting us borrow his machine, and yeah, just savage job. So we're going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. That's it from me. Good luck.